hammered the undermanned Saints, although it's understood Greg Williams was reported. The Blues started brilliantly and by half-time the contest was effectively over, but the home team continued its goal-kicking practice after the break to run out 80-point winners. Sandy Roberts reports.
Jamie Shanahan had the unenviable task on the informed Steve Kernahan, and the Saint defender soon discovered it wasn't going to be easy. Kernahan's second for the day was his 550th career goal, and it was a beauty. Despite kicking into the breeze, the Saints were having a red-hot go, inspired by Robert Harvey. But the joking giant Justin Madden had the reply. Stan Alves gave his Chargers heaps at quarter-time, but the Blues had all the answers and led by 32 points at half-time. St Kilda battled desperately, and when Craig O'Brien snapped truly, there was only 22 points in it. Despite losing Greg Williams, who copped one in the head, the Blues steadied though and led by 42 points at the final change. In fact, their class continued to shine. Their defence was mean, their attack spot on. Williams returned to bamboozle the Saints. Carlton finished up winning by 80 points.
This was described as the perfect tackle. It's Bond on Schwass at the MCG yesterday. Campbell had a good day. This is his third goal in just 5 minutes. And terrific work there. And we mentioned Bond earlier in that tackle. What about this for a steal? Straight in, straight at goal, difficult angle, but no trouble whatsoever. Now, quick hands yesterday at Princes Park. Earl Spalding, now you'll notice his left wrist is somewhat injured. He didn't use that. He just managed to get that handball away to Brett Heaver, 50 metres out, and Heaver goals for the Blues. Now we ask you, what about the rules? Whatever happened to kicking in danger? A couple of examples yesterday. This is King on Naish and then Schwass on Bond. That match at the MCG. And wrestling, we thought you were only allowed to wrestle for about 3 seconds. Yesterday, this is Hawthorn and Fitzroy. It looks like an all-in, doesn't it? Went for a lot longer than 3 seconds. Pretty hard bumps yesterday. Burke and Brown, big bump here at Princes Park. And Danny Frawley in action. What about this for a coat hanger on Hogg? Down he goes. Silvani was terrific in defence yesterday and came in very hard bump against O'Brien. Greg Williams is a pretty tough player, but yesterday he copped this in the mouth. That resulted in 20 stitches for Greg Williams. They brought the stretcher out. He said, no, I'll take myself off. Thank you. And what a mess that is.
The roars of delight of the Carlton.
Now, look at this one here. This is Baldwin making Crawford earn the ball. And Darren Wheeldon yesterday for Fitzroy. Out goes the mouth guard, obviously not agreeing with the umpire. Matty Armstrong comes in to try and calm the doctor down. And Jimmy Wind retrieves the mouth guard and hands it back. And I'm not exactly sure what was going on here, but Madden and Frost yesterday at Princes Park. I think it bears no further comment. Justin, he's right back into it. Back to you, Rex.
Is at his back and left to right.
Craig Scholl kicking towards, if you watch the right-hand corner of your screen, you would have seen Stanfield and Carey standing toe-to-toe, and this is actually the incident where Carey got pinged. But, of course, there was something happened before he got pinged, and we're just highlighting the fact that perhaps it's a little bit inconsistent. Let's pick up our next passage of play.
Forward by Stevens, down towards half-board, down towards Jakovic and Carey. First blood to
and through the player went, and 6 stitches was the result of that incident. And, of course, Monday afternoon, through the media outlet of the AFL, yibbity-yibbita, folks, all clear. Let's pick up our next passage of play. Now, watch Jason Baldwin, number 32. Now, he was looking for something in there and just couldn't quite find it. But still, again, all clear, Your Worship. No offence, and she's right to play next week. And our final passage of play, have a look.
Watch young Robert here in this particular piece of play, and he stamps his authority on the game so very, very well. I mean, that player is very much a class act. But it was the centre bounce area that Carlton held all the aces, Rex. Justin Madden's work with Williams, with Bradley here on screen, and being able to get the ball on down. This was a good matchup, I thought, Kernahan and Shanahan. Shanahan very strong, holding Kernahan, but at the end of the day, he was able to create opportunities for not only himself, but people like Heaver. After half-time, a big rev up I would expect from Stan Ells from his side. St Kilda came out. Nicky Winmar a few influences in the game, but pretty well held by Hannah early, and changes were made. But St Kilda couldn't take advantage of the wind, and Carlton were able to actually match the 3 goals that St Kilda got with the Breeze in the third quarter with 3 of their own. Really through numbers at the ball, being prepared to run and be aggressive. Matthew Hogg coming through here with a very good goal to finish that off there. But overall, Carlton were just too strong right throughout. This incident here really broke the back of St Kilda's revival in the third quarter. A 50-metre penalty for that. I'm not sure at all, Rex, whether that was an appropriate decision, but it really did. It got the irk of Stan Elves up, and it really broke the heart of the St Kilda side, and Carlton just went on their merry way, as this shows here with Kernahan in the latter part of the game, wrapping it up with some 3 goals in the last bit, where Carlton have kicked 10 of the last 11 goals. The midfield was the most dominant part of it. Craig Bradley.
For the West Coast Eagles against Brisbane. It was a beauty. Derek Kickett at the SCG, snap goal. Hawthorn defence allowing him to get the left foot round, and what a ripper that was, almost by remote control. A beauty here again from Gavin Wanganeen from Essendon. Just absolutely terrific. Able to find that angle. Just a quick look over the shoulder. Now John Longmire from North Melbourne, the MCG. Went high, didn't go all that far, but it was straight between the middle. Stephen Kernahan was terrific for the Blues yesterday at Princess Park. It was a terrific goal, round the body and through. Robert Harvey, a shining light for St Kilda also yesterday at Princess Park. Evading the one, straight through, one bounce, and away he goes. A terrific player, Robert Harvey, for St Kilda. And Jeff Hogg kicked 3 goals for Fitzroy in their upset win over Hawthorn yesterday. This is probably the best. Quick snap from Jeff Hogg, former Richmond champion, now with the Lions, and through, that was for a goal. And the panel this morning at the MCG. The left footer, look how high that ball went, and straight through. So it's from Sydney. What a terrific mark that was too, and thoroughly well deserved.
It was a good effort, wasn't it?
Check the contenders for the Mitsubishi Motors.
Terrific mark after a great kick from Damien Monkhurst in the centre, rocker at the back of the pack. What a fantastic mark that was. Now you can vote for that mark on 0055 60 681. 0055 60 681. Severio rocker. Matthew Rogers from Richmond. Their match against Collingwood at the MCG. 60682 if you'd like to vote for Matthew Rogers in our Mark of the Week competition. Next up, James Hurd from Essendon. They're number 5, another great grab. He's a great player, this fellow, isn't he? Look at that. Coming in from the side over 2 of his teammates. And if you'd like to vote for that mark, 0055 60 683 for mark number 3, James Hurd from Essendon. Back to Tigerland, Chris Bond from yesterday's match against North Melbourne, timing that to perfection. And 0055 60 684 is the telephone number there if you'd like to vote for that mark. Mark number 4 from Chris Bond of Richmond. And Paul Deere from Hawthorn against Fitzroy yesterday. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Grabs it right on the side. And the mark is awarded. 0055 60 685 is the telephone.